Everybody, Bob Garvey with the Bible Strength Project here with another episode of our Daily Bible Breakdown, where we're doing two things. One, we're lifting up biblical truth, help us get stronger mentally, physically, most importantly, spiritually. Two, we're reading through the Bible in just 1 year, and it is epic. Hey, a couple things before we start our DBB today. As you can see, I'm in the barn of knowledge.
Barn of knowledge.
Super bright. Well, okay, stop that, right? Barn of knowledge, it's Magnificent Monday. So I like to start off Magnificent Monday with some positive news. Here's positive news. Today is the day, my friends, that miracles can happen. There is no other day that you have woken up with this much life experience. I know you've heard me say this before. I mean this. Take this to heart. There's no other day where you have been more equipped with strength, with resiliency, with perseverance, with wisdom, with life knowledge to overcome your challenges, adversities, obstacles, right? There's no other day where you have been more equipped to bring love to the table. Love, peace, joy to whatever situation, right? Today is the day. That's good news. The other good news is I have answers for our Trivia Friday question. Trivia Friday question was in Ezekiel chapter 22 in the Message translation, which is more of a paraphrase, right, than a direct translation. That some people find that important to mention, so I'll mention that to you purists. The question was in chapter 22, around verse 5, which Wizard of Oz character does God compare the nation of Israel to? And the answer is Scarecrow. A scarecrow. He says, I'll put you on exhibit as the scarecrow of the nations, which is kind of funny if you think of a scarecrow. They're meant to be kind of scary, right? And nasty. But when you look at them, there's nothing there. Full of straw. So there you go. Hey, man, in our daily Bible reading today, we're in the book of Ezekiel, chapters 32 through 34, and I want you to check out a couple of things. Notice in chapter 32, we can see how pride gets us in trouble with God's rebuke of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. He says this to him, check this out. He says, you think you are a strong young lion, but you're really just a sea monster. Now, I'm assuming when God says that he's not saying like the big bad sea monsters that could eat like 20 lions, right? Tech guy, you got a like a video little clip of a big bad sea monster? Yeah, like I'm not thinking like he's thinking that kind of sea monster. Do you have, tech guy, do you have a video clip of a little weakling sea monster? Yeah, right? That's maybe what God is saying to the King Pharaoh. You're like, that. Chapter 33, God appoints the prophet Ezekiel as watchman over Israel. So it's his job to warn them of impending danger. God often asks us to be watchmen as well, to correct people, to rebuke them, to give them knowledge. Hey, you're on the wrong path there, little buddy. You might want to get yourself correct. Chapter 34, God talks about the shepherds of Israel. It's here that I want to spend the rest of our time this morning, or this afternoon, this evening, whenever we're watching this. As we look at the images of sheep and shepherds, we can apply this one of two ways. We can look at ourselves as the sheep, right, which is actually a smart thing. A lot of people think that sheep are stupid animals, but you know what? Acknowledging that we need protection, that we need guidance, that we need a shepherd is actually a really smart thing to do, okay? So putting on your sheep hat is not bad. If you want to do that, we want to make sure that our shepherd is God, not man. We want to make sure that the shepherd is God, not man, because when we put forth man or woman, right, as our shepherd, we get abused, mistreated, starved, and then we become weak, sad, scrawny little sheep, and nobody wants that, right? So that's the one way we could apply these verses. The other way we can look at these verses is that we're the shepherds, and that we have a responsibility to those around us. We have a responsibility to nourish and protect and lead our loved ones, our friends, our family, even sometimes complete strangers. God says, I have given you the abilities. I have given you the gifts to shepherd these people, to keep them on the right path, to help them know me better, and so do it. And so when we look at ourselves as shepherds and we nourish the people around us, friends, family, complete strangers, right? In that way, we honor, exalt, glorify God. That's part of loving God and loving other people, shepherding them and helping them stay on the path of love, peace, and joy. There you go, man. Pretty solid DBB for today, huh? Right? Good way to start our Monday. Hey, now for
Today's Power Verse.
Today's Power Verse. Today's Power Verse is John 10:11. Speaking of Jesus, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. Amen to that. Do me a favor. Get out your daily Bible reading tracker, or at least mentally, give yourself a check mark. Give yourself credit for getting the work done today. It is not easy, but we're getting it done. I'm Bob Garvey with the Daily Bible Breakdown. See you tomorrow.